Hey, it's VJ from Canada, and you're tuned into Johnny CANUCKster's Classic Auto Television Showcase.
In May 1904, Henry Royce, a successful engineer, struck a deal over dinner with car dealer Charles Rolls to form the legend-making company Rolls-Royce Limited. In 1906, Rolls-Royce produced 4 chassis to be shown at the Olympia Car Show. 2 models, a 4-cylinder 20 horsepower and a 6-cylinder 30 horsepower engine, and another 2 of 40 and 50 horsepower, but they were not to be fully furnished and put on official reliability test in front of the press until a year later. On March 1907, at the Cat and Fiddle Hill in Scotland, the Silver Ghost was launched and completed its 14,371-mile trip, and was voted the best car in the world by Autocar magazine. Chassis number 60551, registered AX201, was the car that was originally given the name the Silver Ghost. Other Rolls-Royce cars were also given names, but the Silver Ghost stuck with the press, and soon all 40 and 50 horsepower cars made by Rolls-Royce were called by that name. Charles Rolls studied mechanical engineering at Cambridge, and as he was the first student to own a car, he soon started racing. To fund his passion, he set up a car dealership company, mostly selling foreign cars, and it was in his search for a supplier for his dealership in English class that led him to Henry Royce. The rest is history. A budding aviator, Rolls was the first to fly the English Channel both ways. He was killed in an air show in July 1910. Royce, a perfectionist and known for his attention to detail, started engineering in 1887, producing lamp sockets, dynamos, electrical motors and cranes. Dissatisfied with his Decourville, he decided to start building the best car in the world. By 1903 he designed and finished his engine, the first prototype being put on the road in 1904. The chassis was made in Royce's Cook Street, Manchester works, and later was moved to Derby in July 1917. Rolls-Royce worked on armoured cars for the war effort, the development of the Silver Ghost being suspended from 1914 to 1918. Later on, in the Silver Ghost's history, they would produce cars from Springfield, Massachusetts between 1921 and 26, and it remained in production until 1925. Powered by a 7,036cc 6-cylinder engine, it was increased to 7,428cc in 1909. The body styles created by a separate manufacturer, Barker, who would be the choice of Rolls-Royce up to the latter day, namely the Barker Tourer and the Barker Enclosed Cabriolet, built in Manchester. Following the Silver Ghost's success, the company finally moved to Nightingale Road, Derby, with its 6-cylinder 2x3 7,428cc side-valve engine, opposed to the 6-cylinder 3x2 7,036cc engine. The Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost had a 3-speed transmission up until 1913, when 4-speed was brought in. It had a 7-bearing, fully pressure lubricated, including a large centre bearing, specifically made to reduce vibration in the 2x3 configuration. From 1921 it had 2 spark plugs fitted to each cylinder, with a choice of magneto or coil ignition. The earliest cars as a standard used the trembler coil to produce a spark, with magneto as an optional extra. Battery start on trembler, then switched to magneto ignition. Powered from 48 horsepower 36 kilowatts at 1,250 revs per minute to 80 horsepower spark 60 kilowatts at 2,250 revs per minute, the Silver Ghost was optimised in 1914 for electrical lighting, which became standard after World War I in 1919, replacing the acetylene or oil lamps. The chassis had a solid front and rear axle. The early cars had rear-wheel brakes only, controlled by a hand lever and a pedal-operated transmission brake, acting on the propeller shaft. In 1913, drum brakes were fitted on the rear wheels. Eventually, as an option in 1923, all four wheels were fitted with servo-assisted brakes. Despite all the modernisations and fierce competition, the Silver Ghost sales dropped in 1922 from 750 to 430. The Phantom was brought in 1925, but Ghost was never completely discontinued and produced 7,874 cars from 1907 to 1926, including 1,701 cars from the American Springfield factory, many of them still running today and exhibited in the National Motor Museum, Bewley. The Silver Ghost has evolved beautifully to become one of the most popular types of Rolls-Royce still made today.